Herzlich willkommen zurück zu The Outer Worlds. So. Wir haben letzte Folge Edge wurde den Strom abgestellt in diesen gierigen Konzern ein, quasi die Macht zu nehmen. Und ich denke mal, es war einfach die beste Entscheidung. Weil den Magic jetzt ist nicht gut. Voll. Und da macht es ja nur Sinn, dass die mit in die Siedlung gehen und Einschlagkammer, Sturmgewehr. Das ist ja Schrott verkaufen. Da geht es denen auf jeden Fall besser und haben die auch frisches Obst und Essen und nicht dieses Tuna ekelhafte Gelingen.
It's not the best choice. It's Mrs. Choice.
So, wir wollten doch noch, jetzt bevor ich hier wieder abhaue, hier unten. Diese Sicherheitschefin geht zu verschissen. Warum soll ich sagen, ich habe den Typen nicht gefunden?
Mechanicide protocols currently active. Please do not interrupt.
Ich freue mich wieder zu sehen. Johnson. Was hast du getan? Das Richtige und das Richtige. leuchtet schon mal.
What is it?
Okay. Ja. Überall Licht an jetzt nicht. Das Ding können wir gut halten.
You hear that? That low, pleasant hum of electricity? It whispers across the veil like the winds of change. You've done well. I would have paid my last 5 bits to see the look on Reed's face when the last lamp in town burnt out and the cannery fell to silence.
Ich berichte es berichten.
Time's come to look toward the future. We'll grow, I expect. A lot of workers out there with nowhere else to go. I don't look forward to turning folk away. Camp's gotta stay pure, though. Can't have corporate loyalists mixing with us, no matter how desperate they may be. I am curious. Why did you help us? You don't know who we are. You don't owe us a thing. The plant's crawling with mechanicals, so it stands to reason you risked your life. You're not quite like anyone else I've met. You haven't had your consciousness programmed by the board. You're welcome among us if you're ever so inclined.
Naja, gut. Okay, die Gegner natürlich alle aufnehmen. sieht es nicht aus, oder?
Is Reed hiding in there?
Mr. Thompson is aware of your concerns.
Hallo.
Oh, it's you. Reed told me I should be expecting you. He's inside. Anthracillin, huh? That's an anti-Cleo product. I appreciate your vigilance on behalf of Spacer's Choice. I'll make sure this medicine goes to where it's most needed. Your compensation and your receipt. Spacer's Choice wishes you a productive shift.
Das sage ich dir nicht.
You picked a fine time to visit, stranger. Foreman Granger, mind those words don't come out of your mouth unless preceded by yes or right away or thank you. Shit. Silas still on about that? Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment. Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill. I could do without the sarcasm. Wasn't acting out of the goodness of my heart. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker. Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable. Not half as awful as the bill Eugene left us with. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism.
Ernsthaft.
I'm plenty serious. In fact, I'm a little upset Eugene didn't think things through. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice. Well, excuse you. I'll have you know, Eugene was an asset to us all. May his atoms be commended to the law. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me.
You want to know what gets my bile churning? Edgewater has suffered a cavalcade of disasters. Plague, marauders, desertion. Then you wandered in town. And I was so damn sure our luck was starting to turn. I never knew how right I was. Just answer one question for me. Why'd you do it?
Das trifft eigentlich so ziemlich, ja.
Is that right? I'm dying to hear this. Please, educate me. Liberating? Edgewater is my home. The only home I've ever had. I put down roots here, gave decades of my life to this place. I never asked to be liberated. Whatever you were hoping to find down here, I advise you to turn around and leave. I have got guards posted with orders to fire on you.
Nein, verdammt. Tja.
Edgewater's dead. Our cannery's dead. Adelaide's deserters are never coming back. Spacer's Choice will shut us down before long. Some of us will die of illness by then. Some will move on. Some will starve. And as for me, I will tender my resignation, whereupon I shall be processed and then duly imprisoned for gross incompetence.
Ja,
Apologies won't give us our lives back. But for what it's worth, I am sorry too.
Thought I saw something. Mine's playing tricks on me. What was that?
Leid. Okay, also, was war jetzt immer das meiste Problem? Schloss knacken. Machen wir jetzt mal hier 5. Hier auf. Oder? Obwohl, Dialog war auch. Ich mache jetzt erstmal das. Ich mache jetzt erstmal. Ja. So, Vorteilspunkt. XP, ja. Das ist eigentlich auch nicht schlecht. Händlerpreise runter. Oder mehr Tragekapazität ist nicht, auch nicht verkehrt. Bis jetzt hatte ich ja noch gar nicht das. Das ist eigentlich vielleicht nicht verkehrt. Das in der Kombination wäre vielleicht nicht so gut. Was ist mir das? Anwenden. Und wenn ich das noch dazu nehme, dann müsste das eigentlich passen. So, gucken wir mal, kriegst du mal bei. Was haben wir? Hatte ich irgendwas Besonderes gefunden? Nee, ne? Rüstungsmäßig. Auch nicht. So hat sich auch nichts getan. Schade. Na gut. Schade drum, aber das ist halt schade. Das müsste eigentlich noch mal. Stimmt, oder? Ja. Aber haben wir noch von einem nicht die.
I put my whole life in that camp.
Und sind das
You
auch
must be
hier?
very proud.
Move along.
You
What are we
some sort
supposed to
of
do now?
freelancer?
Exercise patience and contemplate the scriptures.
Konrad. Müssen wir den Konrad noch finden? So, was sind
All the lights in town went out. Since then, I've had wild-eyed workers.
natürlich?
I'm surprised you would go along with this action, Ms. Holcomb.
I'm not sure what the right and wrong of it is, sir. But leaving the deserters with neither walls nor lights would have left them to the mercy of marauders.
Let's hope walls alone are sufficient, then. Oh, inarguably. This town was a pustule on the ass of the architect. Metaphorically speaking. You took it upon yourself to decide the fate of strangers. I don't know whether that's confidence or arrogance. Either way, I'm fascinated. They who are not satisfied with their work are satisfied with nothing. No? How about, work fortifies the spirit. True exhaustion awaits idle hands. The OSI teaches that the Grand Architect set a perfect system in motion at the beginning of time. Contentment is found by accepting one's role in that grand plan. The Order of Scientific Inquiry, also known as scientism to the layperson.
Scientism?
Mock me all you want. I know my beliefs to be true. You don't talk to the Grand Architect. Once the universe was set in motion, it stepped back. It has no concern for us. We will eventually decode the plan and all its intricacies. Once we are able to deduce the properties of every particle in the universe and its trajectory, we will know everything. The future, the past, each person's place within the plan, all will be laid out before us, removing struggle and bringing peace. No one will ever need question their path again. Some even believe this ultimate knowledge will unlock mankind's true potential, and we will all become akin to grand architects ourselves, after a fashion.
So, ja.
Well, first there's the matter of the secret blood rites and animal sacrifices. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Seriously, though, to truly understand the metaphysics involved takes years of study and contemplation. I've never seen you before, and there's been no paperwork indicating a transfer. Also, you lack the distinctive worker gaze. Usually pretty universal here. Except...
It's just... there's more to it all than numbers. Sorry.
Oh, nothing could be further from the truth. I'm simply bemoaning the level of...
Klar.
Yes, but there are... I must double my efforts to elevate my flock. Yes, and thank you for pointing it out. It is wrong of me to succumb to distress. This place could be so much more, and I will continue in my quest to make it so.
Na gut, wenn du das so sagst, dann wird das wohl so sein. Was ist das? Oh no.
Our place in the universe is fixed.
Konrad noch nicht.
Why are all the lights off?
The power's out in the whole town. Pipe down.
Was? Wieso? Haben sie die eingesperrt?
Please, open the door.
Nein. Nicht dein Ernst. Geht die Tür irgendwie auf?
Why are all the lights off?
The power's out in the whole town. Pipe down. Leave him in there. It's best for us all.
Ist das dein Ernst?
Leave him in there. It's best for us all.
Was ich will, einspannen. Lieder auszunehmen. Das muss doch möglich sein.
I can't possibly cut anyone's hair in the dark. Oh? Am I in the company of a fellow doctor? You may think that, but the tidiness of my fellow worker, whether you're showing up to work or going to that great cannery in the sky, it's... You know about Eugene? How?
Ich weiß alles.
Then, you know Phyllis suggested selling off Eugene's gold teeth. I didn't approve of the idea then. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of... That's unthinkable. Eugene's body and all rare earth minerals contained therein are solely the property of space. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body.
Are you asking rhetorically? Because if you're being serious... Ugh, gross.
Desperate measures, Miss Holcomb. I'm going to have to ask Silas to dig up those teeth.
Ja, komm.
Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature, and an... Eugene was not a suicide. He put a bullet in his... I was the one who prepared Eugene's body for interment. I discovered symptoms of the plague on his corpse, and Eugene overdosed on adrenatime, which is known to cause psychosis and paranoia as possible side effects. The paranoia...
Also, das ist ja eine schreckliche Nebenwirkung.
We can all thank our lucky stars that young Eugene was hopped up on medication. I included it all in my official report. I'd like to think I saved Edgewater a great deal of...
Naja, das ist schon echt weirde Stadt hier, ey. Na gut. Und hier alles.
Power's gone. Law knows. Go ahead. I don't see how that's any of your business.
Das ist
You're the first to ask after me in some time. I'll give you that. My family's worked Spacer's Choice for 2 generations, and I've wanted to work in the sciences once upon a time. Would you believe? They did. They gave me a life. Gave me a purpose.
okay. Alles nur ums Böse.
What happened, you ask? What always happens when you're dreaming. I just didn't have the brains for it. Asked too many questions. Wasn't suited to the work. Now that I'm behind a bar, I can ask all the questions I want. Important ones. Like, when are you gonna pay your tab? And don't talk to me that way, please. Spent many years disabusing myself of that notion. Don't need you putting... Lab work ain't for me. Never was. What's wrong with that? It's good, honest work. Unless you're in Byzantium. Not so fast. So. What's there to figure out? Stands to reason you work. You're one of those freelancers, then? Well, good luck trying to figure your... Ugh, is this the start of a... Coming right up.
40% Rabatt, das klingt doch schon mal gut. Brauche ich davon irgendwas? Eigentlich nicht, oder? Naja, gut.
Edgewater's experiencing what we in the profession like to call a quandary.
How am I supposed to file a report with the power authority? Was die erste Tasche.
Hey, Miss Parvati. Lovely to see you about, Miss Parvati.
Things going all right, Silas?
Been keeping him careful and true, miss. Best to ask her yourself.
My dad's buried here. Silas watches over him when I can't leave the house. Oh. Well, thanks.
Something I can do for you? You run into any trouble? Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to. Then I'll buy you a drink sometime.
Ja, gut. Alles. Oh, zum Schießen. Kratzer.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome! Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. Edgewater won't last another season without power, but that don't change the fact that I'm indentured to Spacer's Choice. Company expects me back at my post. I have imagined it, but until you came along, I never thought I had the choice. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves from my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
Ja, aber. Natürlich nicht.
Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
Ach, Gott. So. Jetzt packen wir den Eldorado ins Antriebssystem rein. Da kann man hier rumregulieren. Das kann doch schon.
Captain, I have detected that the town of Edgewater is now without power. I appreciate you doing your part to hasten their demise. What can I do for you, Captain? All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities. We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Aha, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you. Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Culkelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay. In theory, I suppose you could land your ship in Cascadia, and in theory, I suppose you might survive the experience. Cascadia is utterly seething with dangerous, highly aggressive creatures, more than capable of tearing you limb from limb. You'd have to be a lunatic to land in Cascadia, and I'm reasonably certain I tested your brain for incipient signs of insanity. Trust me, talk to Gladys Culkelly.
Ja, ist ja gut.
Without a skip drive, good luck. You'll be dead before you make it to the nearest star. Look, I admire your optimism, but the sad truth is you're stuck here. You, me, and the rest of this colony. We're all skating precariously around the edge of oblivion together. None of us are leaving Halcyon alive, so we may as well make it a better place, and we can start by reviving the Hope.
Ah, okay.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters. Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal. Make yourself at home, Captain.
Ja, und mit diesen rosigen Aussichten verabschiede ich mich in die nächste Folge und bedanke mich jetzt wieder mal bei euch beim Zusehen und das ist schon, muss ich schon sagen, das ist sehr schön. Ja, ist gut. Ja, vielen Dank fürs Zusehen, bis zum nächsten Mal, vielen Dank, ciao mit V.